Okay, John, what famous game from our youth are we playing this week?
Tom, we're going full iconic today, playing one of the top regarded games for the entire Nintendo Entertainment System, and arguably one of the best games of the 1980s, Mega Man 2.
Wow, you want to go that hard? This is our second episode. I mean, this is one of what people would say is one of the best games, arguably, on the NES altogether. But you know how this goes. If you pick the game, then I pick the challenge, and the winner of the challenge gets to pick a really crappy game, and the loser has to play it. And of course, all of our viewers are going to be able to watch that at the end of the episode. So we're going to do an awesome game, but we're still going to do a really crappy game.
Yeah, Cliffhanger still lives rent free in my head, I'll be honest. I'm out. Done. Over. Bye.
Let's get into it. Why did you choose this game specifically for this week?
So, Mega Man 2, I mean, it's Super Mario with a gun. It's super fun. You have to time your jumps. You have to time your shots. Instead of jumping on things' heads, you shoot them. In fact, I actually think, personally, I like this game more than Super Mario. Well, Super Mario 1 and 2. Super Mario 3 will live forever in my heart. But the game's incredible. You're a robot boy, maybe? So it's like anime Pinocchio, but you have a gun for an arm, and you shoot other people that also have a robot body and have special things that you then steal. I'm going to be honest, I actually have no idea what this game's plot is. I just know it's incredibly fun, and I was excited to go back and try it again.
So the picture you're painting in my head is Dr. Bright is Geppetto, and this is Robo-Nokio, Pinocchio, and I mean, instead of like a growing nose, he has a really powerful gun. This is...
Yeah, maybe Pinocchio's not perfect, but it's close-ish. It's close-ish. It's close-ish. I mean, it is. This is the beauty of the games from this era. They're all a game, and there's a plot, and they're not always that clear which one is which. But I will be honest, this is a game that has lived in my heart for most of my life, and I was really happy to get back into it, and I didn't want to wait. That's why we're doing it now.
Got it. Okay, well, it is a good game, so I'll give you that. It is a good game. But here, let's get into the facts and the nostalgia about it. Like, I'm sure there are some really cool details about the launch of this game and the way the world was back then.
Yeah, so Mega Man 2, they knew they had something good. And the reason you could tell that is because it was actually released December 24th in 1988 in the US. So it's a Christmas release. Video game companies only do Christmas releases when they know they've got a hit on their hands. This is a sequel to a wildly successful Mega Man that candidly was not that good of a game. It was just, the concept was good. Much was improved here. A couple little fun facts. It was called Rockman in Japan, and they changed that because they realized the US audience was more into Mega Man than Rockman.
Well, Rock seems very confusing. I mean, yeah. I don't like if you play the game and then you think about him being called Rockman, something's lost in translation. Like he's not a rock, he's a robot. Like, how does this make any sense? Yeah.
The other one they actually were going to go with was Rainbow Man, because each time he would gain a power, which felt a little Captain Planet-y, and I'm super glad they didn't do that. I'm not sure if I would have picked up the cartridge to go play Rainbow Man.
Yeah, I also don't want him using the power of heart to fight his enemies.
Oh, God, that show was terrible. It was so bad. Like, I know some people liked it, but ugh. But game was actually really great. Look, another staple of the 90s, everybody. Boomerangs. It consists of 8 levels, in which you have to defeat a mini boss on each level, and every mini boss you defeat, you would then gain their powers. So kind of a cool idea. This is an era where, like, leveling up in games, I mean, I think it's a staple in modern gaming. This is where a lot of it comes from. And then after you beat all those 8 bosses, you then have to go through 6 final stages, one of which was a surprise. You thought you were getting 5, and then kind of a nice little twist. You beat the 5th level, and there's a 6th. There he is. Dr. What? Oh, check out those eyebrows. This is Evil Einstein. Really, really fun levels. All of them are different enough, but we'll get more into that later. More importantly, for people who want to know what is Mega Man 2, it is ranked today as one of the best games ever made for Nintendo. What it did was it took the success and the benefits you got out of Mega Man, added more levels, added more movements and a bunch of stuff to make a really unique game. This is, candidly, it's one of the most iconic games.
Yeah, no, I think they did some really cool things with the ability to take the powers of your enemies. I'm gonna get right up here and go boink. Tear you up. Nice! Also, games back in 1988, you had like one or two things you could do. I mean, you mentioned Mario, like you jump on things' heads or you shoot fireballs. And that was basically it. But then Mega Man can use all of these different powers and stuff. It was cool because of that. So let's get into the nostalgia a bit. Like, what was the world like in 1988?
1988. All right. So number one song in America is Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison, which is both a song I hate and a band I hate. But it's 1988 and I'll admit it, I was 7, so whatever. In the theater, the number one movie in the theater, though, was the movie Twins. However, more importantly, in the theater at the same time was the movie The Naked Gun.
You want to take a dinghy? No, I took care of that at the press conference.
Twins, I'm sure, was better for people in December in 1988, but we're in 2025. The Naked Gun is the one everyone's seen, and it's a much better film.
Cuban? No, Dutch-Irish. My father was from Wales.
Yeah, it's the one that lasts, for sure.
Yeah.
So, John, when I played Mega Man 2, it was because I rented it at the rental store. And I remember the box art. Dear God, the box art.
So I'm going to be honest. When we went to play this game again, I had no idea what the box art even looked like because it's been 30-something years since I've seen it. No, more than 35 years since I've seen it. So I went and looked at it. And this box art is magnificent as far as I'm concerned.
This lives rent free in my brain because even as a child, I could not fit the box art and the game I was playing and figure out how these two things are the same thing.
The box art is best described as someone sent someone a literal letter, because this is before email, saying here's what the game's about, and left out a lot of key details, and then someone who's never seen the game in their life drew the box art.
Yeah,
because it is first off, so there's a guy holding a pistol, not a Mega Man arm gun. He's holding a pistol.
Right.
He's wearing what appears to be a motorcycle helmet, so it's kind of like a lazy Halloween costume.
Kinda, and also, I mean, the spandex, the superhero spandex with the pants thing, which was a big thing about Superman. Like, does he have trunks on or not? Like, he's got this Speedo on. But you know what? This is actually more similar to, like, going back in time. These are their jazzercise outfits.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's what these are.
I forgot jazzercise existed.
Oh yes. Like if you went to work out, like today the trend is you wear your workout apparel so everyone knows you work out, and like the ladies like to wear it because it looks good or whatever. I don't know the justification, but clearly this box art is them in their jazzercise workout apparel.
Well, it is the best way to get a full range of movement.
There's a reason why you wear spandex to work out in. Sure. But I mean, he's fighting evil robots. He's not doing jazzercise.
Well, you never know. Maybe in between, he's one of the power-ups. Yeah, one of the power-ups may be a Farrah Fawcett Thigh Master.
Yeah. I also like how Dr. Bright is hiding behind, is that Metal Man with the drills on his hands?
I'm always a fan of a guy with a drill in his arm. Is there a reason for it ever? No, it seems like, first off, just makes no sense, but I'm a fan. And yeah, he's right behind it, pointing at Mega Man. Hey, go get the guy who, again, is holding a pistol. Yeah,
also, he's got like knee-high boots on.
Hey, it could get muddy. It's knee-high boots in the 80s are a key part of things. It's very important that you leave your upper 75% of your body with a full range of motion, but you don't want that bottom 25% to get dirty.
Yeah, just in case he's running in the mud because he's a robot. It doesn't. Okay. Anyway, go back. Let's time travel. It's 1988. Yes. There's little John, little Robin Hood and Little John's hopping through the forest. Yep. What's going on? Tell me your story. How did you discover this?
Truthfully, I'm actually just barely back in the U.S. at this point. I was living in Europe for a bit, but that's not important. I mean, this is I can taste the Pizza Hut pizza when I'm thinking about this game. I can remember going out for it's just this game, 1988. I'm 7 years old. I didn't play this at release, obviously. I played this probably closer when I was 8 eight or possibly even 9 to be candid, because these games are so iconic. They lasted for a while. Playing this again brought me back to things like Fruit Stripe gum, Pizza Hut pizza. I mean,
did you do your reading list? Did you get the free pizza?
Of course. You wanted free pizza. What? You had to read your books.
No, man, my parents would just buy me pizza anyway. I was like, I'm not reading books for this. That's too much work.
Oh yeah, mine weren't against it either way. They were just like, oh, he'll read a book. All right, free pizza.
I didn't want to read the books, but I totally picture it. I can smell the pizza right now. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, don't
fried
forget,
crust.
This was an era, by the way, where there were some really good commercials for things like Pizza Hut.
They got new fan pizza at Pizza Hut. Pizza made with eye.
Didn't have a way to skip ads, So
That's true.
This was a key era of advertising. Some of it wasn't the best.
Cheese dripping with that wonderful. Please can I have another slice of
That's enough of the nostalgia, I think. Let's move on to the good, the bad, and the hilarious, because every one of these old games has a combination of good, even the worst ones. They've got some good things, but all of them have hilarious stuff. So let's start with the hilarious stuff.
Yeah. Tom, why don't you go first? What did you find the most hilarious of the game?
All right. So first of all, we're fighting an evil Dr. Wily, who's basically evil Einstein, right? And this is a whole Japanese thing because Einstein was connected to the United States, the development of atomic weapons and the bombing and all of, all the bummers that have to do with that. So, of course, from their perspective, an evil scientist looks like Einstein because he was a bad guy to them, right? So there's that. But you have an evil scientist who's designing these robots that look like animals.
Yeah. And
what? Yeah. Why animals? Maybe because he wants to make you feel bad when you have to kill them. Oh God, there's so many little ones. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you for delivering me that health, little birds. I'm sorry I had to murder you because they're cute. Is that it?
Look, I mean, I run with it because I think at a certain point I have no answer to why it all has to be animals. The man can make any robot on Earth, and he went with, I'll make a frog.
Yeah,
I want an evil robot frog.
Speaking of frogs, the birds, everything, well, not everything, but a lot of the things in this game, their main attack is to send their babies at you. Using your babies as weapons is not good. So not only are they like cute animals on their own, but then they vomit babies at you, and then you have to murder all of the babies.
Yeah, there's a little bit of child soldier theme floating around.
Well, yeah, okay, so child soldier. So that's Dr. Wily. Dr. Bright designs you're Mega Man, you're his robot warrior against the evil Dr. Wily, but he designs you like a little kid.
So here's what I will say. I'm actually torn on that one. You and I would talk about this actually, off air about this, about how old is Mega Man?
How old is he? Because he's a kid.
Well, he's a kid later. I'm actually wondering, because in Mega Man and Mega Man 2, is he a child? Because it's the later games where they let him speak. And we heard that, he was younger.
Right.
So that's actually, because we were doing like, oh yeah, it's a child soldier. And I had that moment of like, is it? Or did it later? Or did they retcon him into being a child soldier? Which is almost worse.
That's almost worse. Also, I don't know. The whole thing's just dark and weird if you really think about it too much. So
yeah.
But it does play, like, I guess, and this is kind of breaching into the good a little bit. The Amazon series, like, clearly shows him as a child. Secret Level, there's kind of a short they do for that, and that's actually really good. But that's jumping ahead. But that's at least the most weird and hilarious things that I've noticed. What do you think?
It was just so over the top, so I love. I mean, some of the bosses are to me hilarious. One, I love that he throws fire and then shoots and makes himself into fire, and then shoots himself at me once made of fire. Woodman is a guy wearing a log. Seriously, I love this. That's what he's wearing. These are half-assed Halloween costumes, what most of them look like.
Hey, Mom, I want to be Woodman for Halloween. We've got wood at home. No, take me to the Halloween store. No, we've got wood at home. Here's a log. Yeah, just put on a log.
I mean, even the creatures in each level, they're just animals, but robots, and they all had googly eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's hilarious. Like, but Dr. Wily, again, is this evil genius. Got him. Now Einstein can fly. Oh, wait. No, he can't. He's secretly an alien who can make anything. And one of his ideas was a giant anglerfish that shoots out shrimp. I like that we've gone with a deep sea anglerfish that shoots out killer shrimp that have rocket packs, but they're underwater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe those shrimps are babies.
Perfection of 80s. But I also did for me, one of the hilarious that really brought me back was boomerangs. And this is something that really put me back in the 80s.
So wait, hold on. Yeah. Boomerangs and quicksand are two of the most 80s things ever.
Oh, especially in gaming. I mean, in gaming, so I literally went and looked this up. So boomerang is a key weapon in this one, Zelda's actually, the Ninja Turtle games, Castlevania, Batman. It is a non-stop thing. So as soon as I got my boomerang, I remember anytime I had a boss that was a challenge, I was like, I'll flip the boomerang. Watch this. If I'm not mistaken, this dude, here's boomerangs. Yep. Look, another staple of the 90s, everybody. For anyone in Australia, we genuinely thought this was the coolest weapon known to mankind. And the boss immediately stopped being a challenge, because that's the magic of the boomerang in an 80s game.
You call that a knife? This is a knife. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just makes me think Australian stuff.
It does. And I'll be honest. Been to Australia a couple of times. I bought a boomerang. I put a bunch of effort into it. Still can't make it work. It goes away from me. It never comes back.
Right. Well, that's why this is the quicksand. This is very similar to quicksand, right? Like every little kid goes, boomerangs are awesome, until they actually try to throw one and they go, oh, I don't know how to do this. Also,
this thing's horrible.
Quicksand, it shows up in everything, especially in the 80s, and video games and all cartoons and all that. But yet the actual threat of quicksand is like almost non-existent. Like,
yeah, you're fine.
It's not really a problem.
And I also will say one other thing that's hilarious, although maybe hilarious is the wrong word for this, the music.
That's firmly in my good. That is firmly in my good section.
Yeah, you know what? Then you know what? Let's go to the good then. Let's let you jump into your good, because that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, the music's a real banger. You're gonna have a clip for me right here, just jamming out every single time one of the end songs pops up. I'm just jamming out while the text comes on the screen. But also, like I mentioned before, the creative use of powers, all the different powers that you get.
Yeah.
It feel like this was I mean, even in Zelda, you get items that give you different abilities and powers, but they were the kinds of things that you used like once or twice because you were in a room that you needed to bomb a door open, and then you put your bombs away, and then you tried something else, right?
Completely. Totally. Because the difference is, like in Zelda, you get something, but it was very specific task. What I like on Mega Man is up to you to decide what the task was you wanted to use for it. And I think for every player, the tasks may vary. Some things you had to use, obviously, but the tasks may vary.
Yeah, the certain weapons worked better, but not every weapon was bad. Some were just more okay or better than others. And the fact that you got them from the bosses, which changed the way that you went through the game, because you got to pick which level you went to first.
Heatman, Airman, Woodman, Crashman, Metalman. I think we go with Crashman first.
That was mind blowing as a kid. Like, wait, I get to choose the level. I don't just go to 1 and then 2 and then 3 and move through it. Also, the designs of the bosses. Yeah, okay, maybe they went to the Halloween store for their costumes, but some of them are pretty cool. Like real creative use of their powers, and nothing's spoiled before you get to the boss. And then all of a sudden they show up, and then they start jumping around, and you don't know how they're going to move, and they're using their powers against you. And that legitimately feels like it's difficult. Oh, that's pretty good too. Oh, hey, it worked out. We did it. But it's not impossible. Like the difficulty curve is
quick interruption for you there. Who was your favorite boss?
I mean, Boomerang guy's pretty cool. I have such a hard time picking favorites.
Probably not Mr.
Quick Man.
Yeah, Quick Man. I'm thinking the Mr. Man book. Sorry.
Quick Man. No, Quick Man, that's another 80s thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Quick Man's pretty cool. Like the fact that like even in the art and the cover, he's doing this like dodge thing. Yeah. Like he's doing like the Heisman pose. Yeah. While he's dodging out of the way. Yeah. So I think he's pretty cool. I mean, they're all kind of cool in their own way. Like you mentioned Woodman with his like little leaf shield. That was cool. Like, oh, it's a shield and it's a weapon at the same time. all of that, but absolutely. Okay. Well, I was going to go into bad territory, but we're not going to do it yet. So we'll get there. But cool character art. I think the art is really consistent around the whole thing. You mentioned the googly eyes, the way the characters look, the way the even the backgrounds and the blocks all designed well and fit together. They feel like the kinds of thing that you're supposed to be looking at for each of these stages. Each stage feels distinct and different from another, even though they don't always make the most sense when you actually think about them a little bit.
Oh God, no. Yeah. No.
That stuff's cool. The movement. Okay, so you said that you are not as much of a fan of like Mario 1 and 2. The Mario games perfected movement, and I firmly believe that this was one of the reasons why the NES worked. My first experience playing a Nintendo game was the Burger King that we would go to on the weekends with my dad. My brother and I would go to Burger King. They had a Super Mario Brothers arcade stand-up. That was the first time I saw Mario because it was an arcade game. And the fact that that played so well and so different from any arcade game I played before, and then you could play that at home on your console. And this goes into the movement. Mario's movement is so tuned in. You have air control, you can move around, you can run faster, you can in Mario 2 you can pick things up. Like that is what really set the NES apart. And then in Mega Man, he has one jump height, he's got kind of one run speed. You can't really do much in the way of air control, but for the design of the game, it's actually really fair because it makes you rely more on your powers and less on your movement. So it works, even though it feels more stiff.
Okay, I totally see that. I could totally see that.
Well, what are on your list of good things?
So for me, it's actually the simplicity, similar to what you're talking about. So one of my complaints on Super Mario is I actually think that Super Mario was a little bit too hard. I think it's a very, very challenging game, and
especially when you're a little kid. When you were a little kid, and if you didn't have Nintendo Power or your friends didn't teach you about the warp zones, getting through every one of those levels in one run was much more challenging than just warping to World 4 and then World 8 and then doing all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's whereas Mega Man, the thing I think I love most about it is as challenging as it is, and it is challenging, and it will break you. I'll have to go to therapy later and be like, well, what exactly happened that made you so mad? Well, there's this robotic dragon. Oh, that dragon. But you always feel you almost there. That's the difference, and that's why I really like the game, because it encourages you to go back and slow it down, right? Some breathing exercises. There's no reason to be this stressed about anything. The irony, actually, of Mega Man 2 is I think it would have been a really successful arcade game, because I think you would have just filled it with quarters, because you were always almost there. And you try again because you know you can get there. Whereas some other games from this era, you are very quickly like, okay, so I'm just never beating this. Battletoads. Battletoads.
Yeah. Right.
The other one too is I did really love, you mentioned the aesthetics. I couldn't agree more. I just like this, there's almost a comic-y, like humorous comic level of some of the enemies. The rabbit that shoots rocket carrots at you, I like that. That's just because there's no purpose. The rabbit that throws carrots at you, or they're carrot rockets. I don't know which one they are.
They don't even point the direction they're flying in.
Yeah, it's just little things that the drills coming through the ground. There's something about the game that feels, I guess the word is campy, that really works for me. And I really, really, really love it.
Right. Yeah. No, even the hero is a little robot guy. Your human father that makes robots looks like freaking Santa Claus. The evil bad guy looks like evil Einstein. He turns, and we didn't mention this, he turns into an alien or reverts into an alien form.
Got him. Now Einstein can fly. Oh, wait. No, he can't. He's secretly an alien. So my theory on that is I think the alien is meant to be a projector. So the alien's dead. So is the game over? Nope. It was all a simulation. Because there's that little red thing floating around the top afterwards. So I think he's hiding and pretending it to be, oh, it's not me. It's actually this alien. But
okay.
on that note, though, it's not all rainbow and sunshines. So, Tom, what didn't you like about the game?
Well, you mentioned the freaking dragon. Stay alive. No. Oh my God. I got like one hit in. Okay, so for anybody who hasn't played through this, like what was it, like 2 levels into the boss levels, you come across this where you have to jump on a lot of blocks.
I think it's the first one.
Is it the first one? I don't recall. I don't recall. It's been a little while since I mean, we just played this, but it was like a week ago that I played this one because we've been playing some of the other games that we're getting ready to do too.
Of course.
And and so you're jumping through like blackness on singular little blocks and hopefully going fast enough so when the dragon spawns, it doesn't kill you. And then you get to 3 blocks and he blows fire at you and you barely have time to turn around and even try a weapon to figure out which one actually does any damage. And then he hits you with fire and you fall off the blocks and you have to do it all over again. Go farther. Don't get hit. I was close. That is the absolute most challenging, worst part of the entire game because it just doesn't feel fair. That's my problem with it.
I'll be honest. When I beat that thing, I think my eyes might have watered up a little bit just with relief. Oh, that gave me genuine joy and relief. I wasn't actually sure I could do it, candidly.
Yeah. The other thing, I mentioned the movement in Mario, and one of the things that makes Mario feel satisfying is the better you get at it, the longer you can run and jump over things. It's the thing that they channeled into Sonic that inspired, okay, well, let's just make a game where you run fast the whole time, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Mega Man never, even when you get better at the game, you never feel more mobile. You still have to slow down and deal with a thing or climb a really long ladder or whatever. So the game just doesn't feel as kinetic. Might be the way to say that.
Okay.
Also, when you get to the end, the first, like the boss levels are probably my favorite part. When you get to Dr. Wily's castle and the journey through all of that, there's like you mentioned, 6 other levels. That part feels way longer than the earlier stuff because it's harder. But it feels like it takes forever. You get to this point where you're like, oh, cool, I get to go fight the boss soon. And then it's like, yeah, maybe you're halfway through the game.
Yeah, it is actually wild. I went through, obviously everybody, we had to record ourselves in order to be able to make this video. I spent more time in Wily's castle than I did on the bosses.
Yeah, because it's hard and you have so many weapons and options to choose from and you got to try them out. And you're like, okay, can I even hurt the slinky guy? Can I use my metal saw blades? Mm-hmm. Nope. Can I use my boomerangs? Nope. Does anything affect the little slinky guy? I don't know. I'll just jump over him at this point. Oh yeah, this guy, springy. Oh, metal doesn't work on springy. But that feels like everything you're going through in the castle is like a trial and error. Okay, what do I do here? How does it work? So that feels padded in a not great way, but...
On that note, why didn't Dr. Wily just make all slinky guys?
Right, yeah. Right.
I mean, would have been a horrible game.
Or just
like
make
indestructible slinkies.
Or make all the other robots out of the same material he made the slinky guys out of. And then they're impossible. It's the black box on the airplane.
On the airplane, yeah.
Thing. You just make the whole airplane out of black box.
Problem solved.
Clearly, we're engineers. We know how that works. All right. So that's the other stuff I think is weird. But we cannot have a conversation about Mega Man without talking about things that were happening in the world in the late 80s involving Mega Man, including the Captain N TV show and Mega Man show. Now, okay, so for those of you who don't know, quick little history, Nintendo decides that they're going to use TV shows to market their products the same way that Transformers and He-Man and G.I. Joe did. They're like, okay, if we can put these in front of kids during after school television, then they're going to want to buy our games. So they do the Super Mario Super Show with Captain Lou Albano and some other people. And it's terrible, but when you're 9 years old or whatever, you don't know. They did 1 season of that because they were like, okay, that's enough. People will buy Mario. And then Zelda would show up like once a week.
1 season.
1 season.
1 season was too much. I'm going to point out the show Firefly didn't get a full season. This thing did.
Right.
This thing got a full season and I lost Firefly after 8 episodes?
Yeah, still bitter about that.
Yeah.
But then they follow that up with Captain N for Nintendo, Captain Nintendo, and then they can bring in other characters other than Mario or Zelda series. So you have like Castlevania shows up, and of course Mega Man shows up, right? And Mega Man is this tiny little guy. He's wearing like green. He's not even wearing blue, and he talks like, I don't know, like a smoker. Like what is wrong with his voice?
I'll be candid. I didn't know this show existed until Tom sent it to me and said, have you seen this? And my first thought was that this was some IP knockoff violation that Nintendo sued them to make it go away. I didn't believe Tom when he said, no, this was a Nintendo product. I was convinced it was like those like dollar store, like knockoff Spider-Man toys where it's like called Spider Person.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
This was approved by Nintendo corporate and put on American television, and it is so bad. But hey, I've got a fun surprise for you. I was able to get an interview with Mega Man from the series.
Oh God.
Here, watch this. Mr. Man, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Everybody's so familiar with your work in saving the world, but I wanted to get to know you a little bit more as a person. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think are your 3 greatest qualities?
My mega heart.
Oh, that's sweet. What would you say is number 2?
Mega muscles.
Okay, that's a bit of a surprise. Most people know you for your gun arm and your ability to take on other powers and not really your muscles. What would be the 3rd one?
A mega monstrous asshole.
That's all my terrible stuff. What about the bad stuff for you?
I'm just going to be honest. It's falling and laser beams. What Nintendo did really well is timing of jumps and making jumps. And then you make your jump and you hit something and you fall backwards. They have that. And I don't like the falling in games. It's a key piece. But this game added an extra element. There's 2 levels that haunt my dreams. One of them is the laser beam level, where you just fall and you have to keep falling and moving to the side or this or that, or the laser beams will get you. And they got me a lot of times. And the other one,
wait, hold on, dude. You need therapy. Is this like this feels like a deep hurt. This is deep trauma at this point.
I did the thing we all do. So you play the game, you kind of sit here normally, you got your controller and you're going and you're clicking the buttons and you're ready to go. And then it gets hard. So you lean back a little bit to try and convince yourself to relax, and you don't relax because you're still losing really badly. And then finally you take that full hunch of like, I'm going to hunch over. I'm full commitment. We're doing this. And I went through all those stages and I still got killed a bunch of times. Are you all ready for the worst thing ever? And that thing sucked. I also had the same experience in, I think it's the lava level, where the blocks appear and you have to memorize the timing because the blocks, as you jump, they're going to appear and the one you're on is going to disappear.
Yeah.
That's a staple of Nintendo games, by the way. And every time they do it, you learn to hate it pretty quick because it's always like, oh, I'm jumping. Surprise, next block's above you. And you timed your jump wrong, so you die.
Yep.
All the way back to the beginning. And it's, by the way, when you go back to the beginning in this game, you don't go back to the start of the hard bit. You go back to the start of the level so you can get through a bunch of stuff to get to the hard bit. And we've probably got some good clips of John versus the dragon. But I will say one of the ones I will admit to is I actually have no idea what's happening in this game. The plot, there's no explanation. We think of modern day games where you get a cutscene or at a minimum you get some sort of text in between. There's really nothing in this game. You beat things every now and then. Dr. Bright tells you, hey, you powered up and got something.
Get your weapons ready. Item 1. Why would they put item 1 in like one of the hardest levels?
I have almost no idea what the purpose of my entire role in the game is. In all candor, I could be the bad guy.
I mean, we are killing a bunch of animals and baby animals. Like,
it's robots, entirely possible. I'm actually on the bad side in the way that I play this game because it's not clear. Once you hit start, it's just go until the very end.
Yeah. Also, this is fun. Did you know, according to the back of the box, that Dr. Wily was like the ruler of the entire galaxy at one point?
Yeah, that was fun.
What?
That was, yeah.
What? Okay. Like, all right.
He conquered the galaxy with robot bats.
I guess. I don't know.
That's what we're doing. But let's move on to the most important question, Tom. 2 questions, actually. 1, did it hold up? Was this game still as fun as you remember? And 2, which I think is the more important one, did playing it bring you back to the days of lying on a carpet and pressing buttons till your eyes would barely stay open?
Yeah, so for as much as I can complain about like the freaking dragon or some of the ridiculous things, the ridiculous stuff actually makes it better because it's entertaining. It doesn't have to make sense. It's like watching a B movie and you're just like, oh, this is great. It's kind of like that. But yeah, I think it does hold up. I think especially because it is so formative in the series. All the rest of the series takes note off of this game, and it really defines Mega Man from this point forward. Also, it was innovative for its time, 1988. It was doing a lot of things other games weren't doing. But even today, it's still very playable. Even if I had a hard time with the freaking lasers and had to fall through them, by the, 15th time I went through that level, I got real good at it. Son of a crap. Right? Because you can learn, and it's we mentioned this before when we were talking. It's kind of got that Dark Souls, Elden Ring kind of thing where the game most of the time is difficult but fair, except for the dragon. And then you can learn what you're doing, and then you can prepare for it. And so the more you play it, the better you get at it. So that feels very satisfying, and that loop absolutely still works for me. Secondly, did it bring me back to a time of a childhood laying on the carpet in front of my, little, 20-inch TV or whatever it was that we had at the time? Yeah, absolutely. My brother and I used to play these games together, and I remember feeling super sad. I think we rented this multiple times because it was good, but it was hard. And within a few rentals of it, I'm pretty sure we beat it, and that felt amazing because it felt like a real achievement. Like this game doesn't pull its punches. It actually gets hard at times, and you have to pay attention. So yes, so I was brought back in time. What about you? What do you think?
I mean, I loved it. Coming back into it, really, first off, I think the game is fun. I had so much fun playing it. I'm going to be honest. I actually went and played Mega Man X just because it made me want to. I was like, oh yeah, like I actually played Mega Man 1 again. I found some time. I was like, these games really are super fun for me. And I love, you said it really well, where it's like you have to make yourself better. You don't really level yourself up. You make yourself better. And that was fun.
Yeah.
As far as bringing me back, unlike you, I never beat this game as a child. In fact, the first time I beat it may have been the recording when we were playing this together in my life. Like it is, and I'm going to be candid, felt pretty good. Yeah. I felt pretty good. Like I beat Mega Man 2. All right, I did it. Like it was,
the alien part weird you out?
I never beat that. It was. Luckily that one, I did not, and I did have to look up about how to use a bubble attack because otherwise I would have just died again and again and again. I was like, you know what?
Why do the bubbles do the most damage to the alien? I don't know.
I have no idea why the only thing you can beat him with here is bubbles, but it is a thing. Because you know what? Joke's on you, Mega Man 2. It's 2025. I have the internet. I'm going to find out how to beat this damn level.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I love this game. I couldn't be happier that we played it. Great time. And from a nostalgia standpoint, I really am not joking. Like, I remember playing it, and I remember thinking to myself, man, I want some pizza. That was my thought. I want pizza and like
Pizza Hut pizza,
and like
specifically.
I'm not gonna be this silly thing and Crystal Pepsi, but I did. I wanted some Pizza Hut and I wanted some soda because that's just what it felt like. That's what I feel like I should be doing at this moment.
Yeah. All right. So 2 thumbs up from us. This one,
absolutely.
Both of us say it holds up, but not everything always holds up. What are we doing next week?
All right, next week, we are jumping into the land of fantasy where skin is the win. But you don't want to get muddy. So definitely, again, if you're going to wear a bikini or a Speedo, you want to wear knee-high boots. We're going with Golden Axe 2, one of the greatest quarter gobblers of the early 90s. However, it was also released for Sega Genesis, so we're going to play that version because I don't feel like wheeling a arcade game into my house.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, can't wait for that one because it's definitely as good as Mega Man 2.
Yeah.
If you're excited about that, then come back and make sure you like and subscribe so that you get more episodes about Golden Axe 2 because it's going to be great. Also, if you like our stuff, you can check out our other shows. John's got the 40K Lorecast and the history of 40K. I've got the Fallout Lorecast, the Elder Scrolls Lorecast, and the Lord of the Rings Lorecast. And if you have memories about any of the stuff we've talked about, we'd love to hear them in the comments or on our Discord. There are links to everything in the description, so just go check that out.
Especially tell us about your experience. There's nothing better than talking to people about these games, about either their memories of their youth or even just the experience going back and playing them again. Please come in and tell us about it. It's the whole reason we're making this is because we are nostalgic towards this era.
Yeah.
But we're not done, Tom, because we had a challenge to do.
So I bravely issued you the challenge of who can get through the Woodman stage the fastest using no powers, one attempt. Like, we played the game first and then we went back and did this, but new playthrough, one attempt, no special powers, who can get through Woodman the fastest. And John did it in, what was it, like 5 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that.
It'll take 5 minutes.
I started out the level and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. This is going to be cake. I get to the boss in like 3.5 minutes. And I'm like, I'm totally going to win this. So far, so good. Take this. Oh yeah, he's got a freaking shield. Until I totally didn't shoot at the right time because I was afraid of the stupid leaves hitting me. And I died and lost my final life. I had to go all the way back to the beginning. And there was not enough time to get back before 5.5 minutes. So... No. Stupid. No. That was so close. Yeah, it's after time. I lost this one, guys. I guess I have to play a crappy game. So I lost this one. And you got to pick the game for me, so what am I playing?
Well, good news for you, Tom. I picked a true classic. Ghoul School.
What is Ghoul School?
So, released in 1992. Not that you can tell by the graphics. This game is 4 years newer than Mega Man 2. Ghoul School is a really, we'll go with iconic game. You take on the role of this cool school high school senior, Spike O'Hara, and your school has been taken over by demons. And you need to get through them to save your girlfriend, and her actual name is Samantha Pom Pom, because she's the head cheerleader.
What?
I'm not going to lie, Tom, this one's a little bit rough. I really did not appreciate Cliffhanger.
Okay, well, thanks for that. All right, well, here, let's see how this goes.
A little while later.
Okay, Tom. So what'd you think of Ghoul School?
So I woke up this morning and the sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and I decided to play Ghoul School. And now the darkness is closing around me. This is okay. So first of all, I'm not going to lose any of these challenges ever again because this was horrendous. This game is a mess. It's so bad.
I mean, how bad? Come on. How bad was it?
Well,
really?
okay.
I didn't play it for the love of God.
Right. People who are watching the video version of this are going to see clips of it, but you are running around with a bat, which isn't really, tell me this looks like a bat. To me, it looks like a flute, and you're hitting these mutant monsters. I don't know if they're aliens. They're supposed to be mutants or whatever, and they take multiple hits, and they don't move very well, and you get a lot of hits, and then you have to move through a maze-like school. This is supposed to be like a high school or something, and the classrooms are ridiculously long. I don't know who designs classrooms like that. If you go into your inventory, there's lots of room for other things to pick up, but you have to find them in order to pick them up. I don't know why. Weapons and shoes. You can find other... Okay. That's what the start button does? It's been 15 minutes and I just figured out that that's what the start button does. Or just die from the monsters that are impossible to hit because they're too low to the ground, or they throw their heads at you. This is tedious. Okay. Other classroom? Whoa! Dear God, what are you? And I can't hit you? I can't hit you. I can't hit you. I can now. I can. Oh God. It is terrible. I got far enough into the game that I found a towel that does a little bit more damage. I keep the towel. Okay. Okay. Towel. No, he knocks me up on the thing. He knocked me up. And then a squirt gun, and then spring shoes that allowed me to jump over boxes that I couldn't get before. So it's got like this Metroidvania sort of thing going. I get where they're going with this, but it's not great. And then, well, first of all, I get like 5 minutes in and I look at the timer and I'm thinking, oh, it's got to be 20 minutes already. No, it was only 5 minutes. And then I get through all of my lives trying to explore this place and I have to start back over at the beginning. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm starting from scratch. But to this game's credit, you aren't starting from scratch. You get to keep some of the items you found, which is cool. So I was like, okay, that's great. And then I realized for some reason, I guess there was a glitch. I was doing way less damage than I was supposed to do against the enemies. This guy's like super hard mode. And then I realized that you could travel to the left and there's a pile of bones with a Medusa head on the top who I can't even seem to hurt at all. What? Oh, what? What? By the time I got like 30 some minutes into this and I died again, I was just done. I was done. Are there more? Oh, there are more. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. No one's here. Are you seriously supposed to do that? I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Nobody's saving the high school. It's not worth saving.
I do have to ask you the question. Did it occur to you that this game had 4 years of development post Mega Man to develop the graphics of that caliber? Because I did look at the graphics and went, oh no.
Yeah, oh no is right. Yeah, no, the Mega Man team was like leaps and bounds over this. But I don't want to be too mean to the game because it feels like it had some good ideas. It just probably wasn't funded well enough to do good art and actually test them out and make sure they worked well, would be my guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where we've got this list we pull from everybody of the 100 worst NES games. I saw Ghoul School and went, yep, we're picking that one.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, next week, I'm going to make sure I don't lose, and then I'll get to pick your game, and we'll keep this going. What did you learn from Mega Man 2 this week, John?
That child soldiers are not morally bad if it's a robot?
Okay.
Recall.